Do 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 do. Hello, 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 hello. Oops. So I heard World Builder was not currently working. Curious what exactly wasn't working. I mean, it seems to be working for me. Oh. Desktop audio is a little too high right now. Oh yeah, I was testing some of the new blocks. when they got added. Very interesting stuff, pretty useful. Some of it anyway. Other stuff, maybe not so much, but whatevs. So today, we're going to be doing one of these entrances, and I'm not really sure which one I feel like doing. We could do the Ravenclaw one, but there ain't so much to it. We could also do the one leading to Gryffindor Tower and the Staff Tower, which has a bit more going on. So I think that's what we're gonna do. Allow me a moment to plug in me controller. Let's head over there in Hogwarts Legacy. The one-eyed witch is here. All right. So the one-eyed witch is here. But I guess it's kind of like in this general area. Hi. Thank you. There is another line, or another doorway, I should say. There's a decent amount of room between these. So, the looks of it, we have these sort of wood housing around the window. This map will eventually be free to download, yes. At the moment it is not, and won't be for the foreseeable future. So we can use strip dark oak. It's more of like a mahogany. I don't have mahogany in Minecraft. I guess maybe the stripped mangrove. Looks alright for now. We want to change it, we can. Castle is yeah, it's definitely a thing. I wouldn't say it's really coming along per se. I haven't worked on it since the last stream, which was probably a couple months ago. I guess I've been kind of busy. Not really, but burnt out, I suppose. How about yourselves? You guys doing good? I feel like the idea of using mahogany here just doesn't work. Like, it's definitely not a super brown. But it's also not super red. I think we should just go with dark oak. We tried with the red, but ultimately doesn't look great. I'm working on a 3-to-1 Titanic, and it's absolutely amazing because I can add little details such as rivets. Hogwarts looks outstanding though. 3-to-1, like that's insane. I hope you don't get as burned out as I do. For the sake of the project, of course. So there's been some stuff that have, excuse me, there's been some stuff that has come out for Minecraft recently. Um, like the Bedrock editor. That's pretty sweet. But I've played around with it a little bit and like it would be incredibly useful for moving big structures. Um, but the terrain tools are kind of ass. Like I was trying to see today if I could maybe build the hill by the Quidditch pitch even slightly quicker using the world editor, and I can't. So it kind of flops in that regard for me because like I don't necessarily need to move big structures right now. I missed being live a little bit, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm lying. I did miss interacting with chat, but it's life gets in the way sometimes. I'm working on it for almost 2 years now. It's crazy. Wait till you reach 10. It's okay. Well, when you put it like that, it sounds really bad. It's not that I didn't miss chat. It's that I didn't miss building. Cause burnout it sucks and it's tough. And when you do creative work, I suppose it's really, really easy to burn yourself out on it. And I know that's like super like, oh, woe is me. But like, you gotta understand, and I'm not saying you guys don't understand, but sometimes, man, I have probably thousands of hours on Minecraft. Thousands. So the idea of something is fucked up. Hold on. I lost my train of thought. Why is that not in? Oh, it's right. It's in slabs. Whoops. When you have thousands of hours in Minecraft, sometimes the idea of picking up the game to play is just kind of like, maybe next time. Maybe next time. And then you put it off, and you put it off, and you put it off, and you put it off. And then you end up not streaming for like 3 months. And it's like, well, is it really, is it necessarily a situation where, I don't know. I'm trying to describe this in a way that makes sense, and I don't really think it does. It's just, it's really easy to get burned out when you play the same game for years. Sometimes I just need a little bit of a break. But I played a little bit of Legacy last night just to walk around the castle. It made me want to build today, so that's what we're doing. I had to build my version of Hogwarts based on the books, but I just gave up. Yeah, life is life for sure. Sucks to be an adult. Yeah, it does, but you know, it could also be a lot worse. That looks okay. It's been 2 years and I still haven't completed the top deck accurately because I need to make ropes out of glass panes and small rivets out of buttons. Eeh. Yeah, Poe, you deserve a break as long as you need it to be. Been in a sort of burnout myself and it sucks. The worst thing about being an adult is that time flies like quick as fuck, no breaks or anything. Yeah. Well, I mean, I remember watching like a Vsauce video on like the how it feels to or like the idea that time moves quicker when you get older. It was a really interesting concept. Well, damn, I didn't know they added infinite durations. Problem is they can't turn the particles off. Oh, yes, you can. Let's fucking go. I don't know when they added that, but that's sick. Recently binge watched Harry Potter with my girlfriend, and she said despite Umbridge, the second she saw her. Oh, she despised Umbridge the second she saw her, and I started laughing. Yeah, she sucks. I think it's up because like the last 2 years felt like a few months. Yeah. Burnout sucks because it takes away from something you're genuinely passionate about. Yeah, and I mean, I really only have myself to blame for it, you know? Because like I'm the reason that I burn out because I push myself to get stuff done when I'm like really, really in the mood to get something done, and then wham, you know? Then it hits you and you're like, well, fuck me. I don't even want to do this ever again in my life. And I'm conscious of that idea. Or not idea, but I'm like, I know that that's what I'm doing every time I do it. But sometimes the positives outweigh the negatives in my head where I'm just like, well, yeah, I will burn out, but I'm also gonna get a shitload of stuff done. So I should just keep doing it. And it's obviously not healthy to do, and I'm fully aware of that, but I still do it. Don't blame yourself. Everybody needs breaks to support and add variety and try new things. Yeah, turn yourself. I know. Look, I know it happens to everybody, but at the same time, doing Minecraft is currently my only source of income. So it's sort of like, not that I'm like forced to work per se, but it's like I do want to get stuff done and I do want to make money and I do want to stream and I do want to do all these things, but sometimes you wake up in the morning and it's like, yeah, actually, I don't want to do those things. I actually would rather die than do that. Not really. I'm not that depressed. But you know what I mean. I'm just being dramatic. I mean, at the same time, you don't need to feel like you need to get things done. It's a passion project. Take your time with it. Some of my projects are passion projects. The Hogwarts is their passion projects, for sure. Some other builds I've done, maybe not so much. Because unfortunately for me, passion projects don't usually pay the bills. Like, I've put a passion project up on Marketplace before, and it did terribly. And maybe that's just because it wasn't as good of a concept as I thought it was going to be, which is very possible and very fair. But, I don't know. That sucked a lot of life out of me when that happened. I feel like art is such a difficult thing because there's ways to make money with art, and they're not necessarily always what you're passionate about. Like, there is some cases where people can make stuff and make a living solely off of the work they're passionate about, but sometimes you just need to fucking sell out and make something shit. And not necessarily shit like as in terms of quality, but shit as in like something you just don't find cool, because I'm not really the target demographic for Minecraft these days. I'm almost 30 years old. You know, what I find interesting and what most of the people spending their money on marketplace stuff find interesting are very, very different, and I'm fully aware of that. Speaking of which, how do you put a build of yours onto the Bedrock marketplace? You need to join a team. There's a lot of teams that are probably hiring. saying in my country, a kick in the ass is a step forward. I suppose. I don't really know how that applies to my current situation, but yeah, technically, kicking the ass is a good motivator. In what terms do you mean teams? Sorry, I just want to put my Wizarding World out there. So, unfortunately for you and myself, we can't actually put Hogwartses on the marketplace because it's copyright. Which is why you've never seen either of my Hogwarts maps on marketplace because I can't put them on there. And in terms of teams, there are teams who are marketplace partners who have applied to the partnership program who can make content for marketplace. What about Titanic? Maybe if you call it something other than a Titanic. Don't get me wrong, I have been working on a project that is kind of Hogwarts, but isn't. It's so far from being done. I don't know how long it will ever be before it gets done because I haven't been in the mood to work on it because I suck. But there's an idea. You guys want to see it? I can show it. It's very different, but very similar. But also keep in mind, this build is very unfinished. So I mean, you can see the Hogwarts inspirations immediately. Um, so like this bridge here, it's obviously very similar to the Viaduct Bridge, but it's actually more so based on the illustrated version of Hogwarts, which is a fucking awesome build, or not build, but an awesome version of Hogwarts. If you haven't seen the illustrated version, same similar thing with the terrain, very similar to that version of Hogwarts. Few building cues, obviously like a viaduct courtyard. There's like a not great hall, which is more so like a cathedral sort of vibe going on in the front. Big bay windows, yeah, more like of a cathedral style look for the not great hall. There's quad. I don't really know what I want to do with it yet. It's kind of just a mess of different ideas thrown together. I don't think there should be this many windows. But again, it's very unfinished, so I mean, time will tell. But, you know, there's obviously some design cues here that are very reminiscent of my Hogwarts stuff. Um, it's Grand Staircase Tower. A very fat, plump Grand Staircase. I don't really know what I want to do at the front of the not quad. There's sort of like a bell tower-ish tower here. I don't know if I want to stick with. I think I based this off the bell towers from Legacy before I even started building the Legacy castle. Uh, this is kind of a viaduct entrance. I don't remember what this is based off. I think I just took some inspirations for like Gothic cathedrals and just added two towers on the side. But like there's some big arches. So there's that connector building to the quad, a bridge that's not a suspension bridge. Here's an astronomy tower that's not an astronomy tower. This is sort of like if I was designing a Hogwarts to be similar to Hogwarts but not be Hogwarts. Is kind of what I'm going for. This tower I just took from my Westminster Tower and got rid of the British flag on the top. Again, some design cues from Legacy that I might continue with. Uh, this probably won't be a greenhouse area because I do actually have some greenhouses over here, which again are very much based off of the illustrated Hogwarts version of the herbology greenhouses. Hogwarts, exactly. There's some bell towers and a back entrance with some foliage growing. I really wanted this castle to have an earthy feel, so that's why a lot of this is going to be all over the place at some point. Um, a courtyard that is not very square. It's very rectangular, which is fine because it's not Hogwarts. Here's a training grounds tower mixed with clock tower. So yeah, I mean, there's design cues from a bunch of different fucking things smashed into this similar Hogwarts layout, but it's not Hogwarts, so it's okay. When will this be done? I don't have a fucking clue. But someday. I had the terrain done by a good friend, so like unlike my other builds where I just build on super flats, this was just I built most of the outside of the castle and then I had the terrain done and then I just pasted the build on top of it, which is why some of the legs on this bridge are fucked up and why I need to move that central tower more to the center of the bridge. But like all of this terrain is all made on like World Painter, I think, or maybe Axiom or some other world builder thing. So yeah, that's not Hogwarts. One day I'll finish it and it'll probably do pretty well. But until that day comes, when I have the inspiration to do it, it's just sitting on a realm collecting dust metaphorically. Chunk not loading. There we go. Can I show you some other worlds? Uh, I don't really have many other worlds besides Hogwarts. Uh, can show you my very passionate marketplace map if I even bought it. I did. Curious what they're gonna do with the Hogwarts and the HBO show. Hopefully they'll just keep the movie castle, I hope. Instead they're gonna leave the Great Hall unchanged, but I hope that the castle have some continuity unlike the movies. Ideally they'll have full continuity, but they probably won't. I guess I didn't realize how big this world was, cause fuck me, this is taking forever to download. I know you might be thinking, Poe, you don't have a backup of this world? I do, but it's on my other computer. So, I guess technically I don't, because my other computer is unplugged and unused. So, hoping for a Columbus or Curon approach to the series. Well, you're asking me. I mean, my answer is definitely going to be Quran. So I actually want to point out, let me mute the audio in Hogwarts Legacy real quick. I want to point out that I actually made music, original music for this. It's not amazing, but it's music that I made. So, the I oh my god, my voice. The idea of this map is you wake up in the middle of the night because there's a really loud noise. It's like mid 18th century, maybe a little later, close to like Victorian age. Oh yeah, 1898. Okay. It's late 19th century. I've been having some weird dreams lately. The kind where you almost feel like you're there, but you're not. Then you wake up and you almost feel like you're still dreaming. It's strange. I hope it doesn't persist. August 16th. The dreams keep happening. I was hoping that it was just a phase due to stress or something. That doesn't seem to be the case. Maybe I should look for options. Spoke with the doctor today, suggested I did not indulge myself too much in these dreams as it may not be healthy. I'm not really convinced any of this is healthy. The dreams are just getting more and more odd. It's not like they're scary or happy, they're just off. I don't really know how to explain it, they're just unsettling. It's been almost a month and nothing has changed. To tell you the truth though, I'm kind of used to it now. I have been noticing some weird noises in the middle of the night. It makes it kinda hard to sleep. The sounds are just getting worse. However, I don't know if I'm dreaming them or if they're real. It's hard to know these days. That scares me. I haven't slept very well the last few nights. The sounds are becoming deafening. I only hear them when I'm trying to sleep. I'm assuming they're part of the dreams, but if that's the case, then why? Maybe I should speak to my doctor again. I feel like the difference between reality and dreaming is starting to become muddled. I've been noticing things aren't really there whilst awake, and these sounds? Ugh. I'm done listening to these sounds. Either I'm crazy or they're in my head or they're real. I'm going out to find out tonight. So yeah, I wrote a lot of diaries for this. I made an original score for this. The map, as far as I'm aware, unless updates have completely ruined it, are fully it's fully playable. But this is my baby, my map, Dreams Awakened. Put it on Marketplace probably like a year or two ago by now. But all of this area was built by a friend of mine named Zeta. She did all of the exterior here as well as almost all the interior work here. She busted her ass for this, so she deserves full credit for that. Um, Belkov obviously was the man who did all the commands for this, because I don't know shit about shit when it comes to commands, so yeah. So, you get over here. I wonder if any of these people know what's going on. Perhaps I should ask them. Concerned citizen. You seem adventurous. You should go down there and give that scientist a piece of our minds, please. How did I make the music? So I made it in the PS4 game Dreams. Can you believe the nerve of some people out here making gaudy noises this time of night? It's ridiculous. The dang scientist keeps waking me up in the middle of the night. I have to work in the morning. Have you come to help? Yeah, the sounds are coming from the basement of this building. Must be the door at the end of the hall on the left. So yeah, we got ourselves a little flickering light out here. It's a normal apartment building, but it hides a little secret. What is that weird sound? It appears to be coming from down in the basement. Get down here and there's a mad scientist's lair. A lot of this map was inspired by like Spyro the Dragon, but also mixed with little like mad scientist like neocortex Crash Bandicoot style over the top cartoony bad guy like style, I guess. I should step into that machine. Should I step into the machine and pull the lever? Yeah, you should. And just like that, we have been transported into somebody's dream. Whose dream? I don't know. But as you can see, now this area I can take full credit for. I built all of this, and I was so proud of this. Yeah, this map was my passion project. Like I said, it's very... Tower reminds me of the DADA tower. It is the DADA tower, but a little bit bigger for the sake of being different. There's a lot of inspirations I took for this map, obviously. You know, anybody who builds something unique, they always have inspiration. Like this right here, this pool area and general design of the front of this bit of the castle with the whole pool and the autumn trees. This is literally, uh, if you've ever played Spyro 2, this is the second home world, I believe, the summer home or the fall home world in... Where is it located? Physically in the sky or another realm? Physically in the sky. There is nothing down here. I had this map painted by an old friend of mine many moons ago. So the floating islands are just out here. Obviously, I made the skybox pink because again, it's to give the intention that this is like a young woman's dream or like a like a princess dream or like a something innocent and it's being corrupted by the scientist who made the machine to get in here. Like there's these bits here where things are not so colorful and pink. And their main power, so like their main source of magic in the realm is this tree, which is dead. And over time, well, not even over time, your task in this map is to do favors for the townspeople, and they give you end crystals that you place on the four pedestals. And as you place these end crystals, let's see if I can demonstrate this. I can find the end crystals. There they are. The tree slowly starts to regrow. Big blue magic tree. I can kind of hear the music, but I also can't. Oh, yeah, there we go. Let me turn up the desktop sound so you can actually hear it. Really reminiscent of a Grimm's Tale? I don't think I've ever heard of that. But yeah, more inspirations, obviously. Again, Spyro, the first Spyro specifically for a lot of it. It's the Dreamweaver's homeworld from Spyro the Dragon, the original. Very much a huge inspiration. This building, or the windmill here, funny enough, is this was taken from The Witcher 3, but I added a windmill to it. This building is oh shit, what is that? I gotta go cyst thrown up everywhere. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Good luck. Rapunzel's Tower. This was Rapunzel's Tower in The Witcher 3. This tower and this gate for the castle also Similar to Beauclair from Witcher 3. A very beautiful castle in that game. DADA Tower, obviously very obviously the defense against the Dark Arts Tower. But yeah, a lot of the gardens were, I don't know, I wanted it to be really, really earthy, but also like really like whimsical, mystical. I didn't want it to feel anything like anything you've seen in Minecraft. Like when I remember when I was building this, everybody kept saying like, "Oh, you need to retexture the purple blocks. Like the purple blocks are ugly. Nobody's gonna like them." And then like when I actually started getting stuff done on the map, they're like, "Holy shit, the purple blocks are perfect. Like they look great." I'm just like, "Of course they look great. Don't you? It's the style I'm going for here." You know, we got a market here. The chef gives you a quest to, are you hungry? Have some food. Well, that's for that, I believe. There is a guy over here somewhere who gives you a quest to go kill Hoglins, the butcher. I forgot they added more NPCs. Yeah, so some of these are... It's like you mixed candy floss into a maple seed. So like, as you can see, all the skins that I made for this, like all of the citizens of the town, they're very otherworldly. Like these are the Victorian skins, so these are like the normal people. These are the people from Dreamland. They all have really weird skin tones, and these are bugged out because they're stupid. But like everybody's sort of weird looking. But for some reason this man's dialogue is cooked. Hello human, welcome to my butchery. I've happened upon a crystal I'd be willing to give you, however I require a bit of help. Our beautiful mushroom forest has become corrupted by the darn scientist. Our entire species of hoglins have become feral, so unfortunately we have to take care of them. Here, take my axe and be careful, they may be very hostile. Take care of them and bring me their rotten meat back as proof that they're all gone, and I'll give you the crystals. 7 pieces of meat should be enough to convince me you took care of the problem. So, you would accept the quest, it would spawn the hoglins, you'd go kill them, then you'd put the rotten flesh in there, and he would give you an end crystal. But like there's also this village. And like this village is, honestly this village was very, and it's probably obvious by looking at it, but it's very based off of Whoville. As you can see here, this is what the villagers look like. Is the map fully completed or still in progress? This map here is fully completed. It's been on Marketplace for like a year or two. Like I said before, probably my least downloaded map on Marketplace, but the one I care about the most. I can't even lie. Like the other ones I've made are kind of just made with the intent of selling. Like, obviously I wanted this map to do good, but I also was building it for me, you know? And I guess that's ultimately where I went wrong. This, banner that I made as the, like, the village banner it's so much like classic Spyro. Which, again, as I've said like 7 times already, that's mainly the inspiration for this map. It's very detailed though, everything has full interiors. This is a airship station, which I think is fucking sweet. I love how this came out. Same with the airships themselves. But like, I went all out with this. Best Spyro game? I am a firm lover of the first game. I think 2 and 3 are excellent, but the first game has just such unique overworlds and worlds that go with them that can't I just can't accept either of the other two for being nearly as beautiful as the original. This guy, the aviation expert, he asks you to go, "Hello human, I had a crystal to give to you, but unfortunately my workers lost control of the airship I was on, and it went soaring high into the sky. Protocol says to release the paper lantern so we can jump up there to save it. Now, normally I'd do this myself, but since you humans have caused the situation in the first place, I'll leave it to you. I can give you some jump boost, but only for a limited time. Good luck. Oh, and I hope you're not afraid of heights, because Elytra's the only way down. Fear not, human, as the balloons on the way up are also checkpoints, which means you don't have to restart from scratch every time gravity has you in its pull." So yeah, you'd get jump boost from this guy, you'd jump across all the paper lanterns in the sky, then you'd get to the balloons, and these all count as checkpoints. And you gotta make your way all the way up. Try not to fall out of the world. Until you get up here to the unlucky pilot, who says, "Oh, hello. You managed to get up here. Here's the crystal and some elytra. It's unfortunately the only way down from here. By the way, before the ship accidentally took flight, I was supposed to tell you the princess wants to see you. You'll find her in the tallest tower of the castle. Good luck." Skylanders is always also awesome. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I never played Skylanders. And they did my boy so dirty in that game by making him look like a pug. There's a little secret that I don't even think anybody knows about on this map, which would be very helpful when you get to the castle. There's a free diamond sword down here. There's also, I believe, another little egg in the pool. Maybe not anymore. I was building a little thing where you had to swim into like a grate in the pool, but I guess I just never did. Yeah, you get up to the castle and you get up in here, and this is like the main part of the castle. Like, this is the throne room. This is what's in the not Defense Against the Dark Arts tower. Big, gigantic, beautiful throne room. Again, my friend Zeta did like all of the interiors on this build. So this is the princess, Princess Zeraphael. "Hello, traveler. I've taken note of your kind deeds to my citizens, and I do very much appreciate it. Your strange compatriot has made it very hard for us here, which is why I've asked for you specifically. You see, there is a place here in this land we do not speak of, one full of dark energy, the type which the scientist has made use of exponentially. None of us dare to make the expedition to this place, but seeing as you're an outsider, you too can make the trip over there. I asked the pilot to send word of you because I am sure he has given you some elytra, so if so, the task is simple. You must make this glide out to the Island of Nightmares. It's not very big, as we are a land of happiness and joy. However, in everyone's mind remains a little bit of darkness, and we are no exception. Just be careful, traveler. It is a dangerous glide." So you would just, yeah, you would take the elytra and you glide over to the island, which is out here. And you'd get your end crystal, and then you'd fly back. But there's so much here, like this castle I really liked building, and and Zeta did such a good job at the like the interiors. She actually helped me learn a lot about interior design because I used to be really bad at it, and I think I've come around on it and done a bit better with it over the years. But like there's this tower which is the princess's tower. It's very nice. But yeah, you get it. Hey. Ever played DS games? I never had a DS growing up. I think by the time DS's came out, I was a bit, like, older. So this is the dungeon. This is what opens up once you collect all of the end crystals to bring the magic back to the realm. They use their magic to open up the castle because the scientist had it closed. Probably a bit younger then. I mean, I turned 30 this year. But as you can see, the castle is still... It's currently normal, and then until you get in here, and you can see a lot of this was turned into... It's slowly corrupted over the years. Or not over the years, but ever since the scientist got here, I just fucked myself. You're supposed to grab the armor and it's supposed to open the gate, but I accidentally broke the armor stand because I'm stupid. But yeah, you get in here, you know, there'd be enemies in here usually. As you can see with the mob spawners, I think they're wither skeletons. But you would fight your way through the wither skeletons, then get into this room. 3 brothers, the first and the last, should face one another. That is a hint for a puzzle. This opens up to give you loot. This is sort of an Indiana Jones style trap. Get up here, come around this bend. This, I really like how this came out. This room was a nightmare for me and Belkov to come up with. But we managed in the end to get it to work. The detailing I put into this fucking ceiling drove me nuts. But this is how it works, essentially. You see what I'm saying here? So it's like trial and error. And I believe keep inventory is on, so like there's no real downside to falling into the lava other than you have to start over. I couldn't for the life of me tell you what this pattern is. I don't really remember. See, I would have been dead like 50 times in here. But yeah, eventually you find your way through here. And you get to the end. The gate opens up for you and you get some more loot. And you get in here and there's a bunch of zombies. And you kill them all, and it would open this gate. And you come through, and I mean, at this point, basically, he has corrupted the whole castle. I believe this puzzle is... The fact that I still remember that is incredible. And this is the boss room. He's basically just a retextured witch, and he clones himself. And as you can tell, I made a boss theme for this fight. But I really loved what I did with the interior of the boss chamber. Like this room is so fucking cool. And I don't usually say that about my own work. I don't usually gas myself up like that, but like this room is just dope. And of course I did a whole mirror in here. Because mirrors are sick. It's been years since I've listened to these songs. I also wrote diary entries. They're all over the map, so you can learn about the lore and the scientist himself. For example, the scientist's name is Dr. Silas Ludwig Palmerston. And that's kind of a little like... The initials are SLP. The initials are sleep. Which is so stupid. But I wanted it to be kind of like cheesy and like dumb. The finale of this is that darn princess is just like the people back home, stuck up, egotistical, and jealous. Never mind her and her kingdom. I will take what I want. I made this place and I can do with it what I please. I have settled myself in this massive underground dungeon area. So much room for experiments, especially with all this weird flora and fauna. I don't know what I can create here, but I have no doubt it will be revolutionary. I found this amazing substance. It's like a purple gooey ore, but the power it exudes is extravagant. I've never seen anything quite like it back home. Imagine if I could bring some of it back. I've been studying this substance for a bit now, and it's very powerful. It seems very dangerous. However, that has never stopped me before. I'm going to get it to the bottom of what it can do for me. I've created the ability to clone myself. This ore is truly miraculous. I'm doing stuff here that those phony scientists back home only wish they could do. Soon I will unleash myself from this dungeon and show these people what true power looks like. So yeah, he's an evil fucking scientist. I mean, like, what do you want from me? I don't know where he went. So I think I've kind of soft locked right now. They're all over here. So we skipped by Cyril, but she's like the main character lady. Oh my gosh, you really did it. I don't think we can thank you enough for all you've done for us. You've restored the magic, not only to our tree, but our entire world as well. Remember though, this is only just a dream. So yeah, that's my marketplace map that I was really happy about that sold poorly. But hey, you know, not everything does super well. And as mentioned before, sometimes passion projects just aren't meant for the wider audience. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, like, like I said, I'm still very proud of it. It's still something I look back on and I'm like, man, I went fucking all out for that. Like, I did the build, I did, I did the build, I did the concept, I wrote an entire synopsis of the story and how it would work. I wrote the music. I didn't really write the music, but you know what I mean. I made the music. I'm leaving now. It's getting late European time. Please don't hold back on going live. It's nice with a break from everything. Just watching you build. Well, thank you. I appreciate you coming out. It's funny because this is a building Hogwarts stream, and I probably spent like 30 plus minutes showing off a build that was not Hogwarts. So let's get back to building Hogwarts. Hmm. That might work for the ceiling. What am I looking for right now? Something to look like it has bevels but doesn't. Mm. Okay. Okay. Getting there. I don't know how I feel about these trapdoors though. Hmm. Never looked at the pale oak trapdoor before. It's a nice trapdoor. That muddies it up too much. But I also think that that block isn't the best for contrast. I don't think that's right for contrast either. Why am I so picky? No. We'll just go with that for now. If it looks bad later, we fucking change it. Okay. Now rotate. Damn, I gotta fix all these. The only bad thing about copy and pasting trapdoors. Yeah. I don't know. A bunch of people told me World Builder didn't work anymore, but it's working just fine for me. So this doorway is slightly turned in the game. Welcome back. I'm gonna have to try to emulate that here as well. Welcome back. Thank you guys for coming back. You didn't miss much, really. I was showing off other builds. So in reality, in terms of Hogwarts, you've missed pretty much nothing. The thing I like about the Hogwarts Legacy staircase, the pillar in the middle makes it rely on engineering than magic. It's a cool touch. It's the only thing you like about... Oh, about the staircase, yeah. Okay. I thought you meant the whole, like a castle as a whole. I was like, that's the only thing you like about the castle as a whole? Excuse me. I don't know why I broke that. Just to fill it again. Good girl, I love the castle. Just the staircase is better than the film franchise. You're gonna get a lot of flack for saying that. Also, if you guys have never checked out my updates recently, I have vertical slabs, at least for stone bricks. I might add more eventually. I know, but it looks better to be honest. I know the castle is about magic, but the non-moving staircase is just more realistic to how I think Hogwarts should be. Well, it's not only that, too, it's that the grand staircase in the films, like the original one that everybody loves, is that the grand staircase tower in the movies is a circle, and the interior of it is a big rectangle. So in reality, there is almost no room to put anything in the Grand Staircase Tower if you're building the movie version, because it just doesn't make sense for it to be rectangular in a circular building. But at the same time, I don't know. It works, obviously. It's iconic and it's beautiful. But yeah, in terms of realism, a circular staircase and a circular tower kind of makes a lot more sense. I need these. So I hate the original. I try to build it, and there is no room for any rooms at all except for Dumbledore's office at the top. Well, technically, there's no room for any rooms in this tower either, and they don't even try to put any rooms in this tower in the game. There's just the staircase up to Dumbledore's office, or not, well, Professor Black's office, excuse me. And then there's this room, which is the little, like, door puzzle door. And that's pretty much it. And it leads to two hallways in the quad. And then at the bottom, there is the staircase that goes down to the dungeons. That's literally all this grand staircase goes to. But in the movies, you have like situations like in Prisoner of Azkaban where they put the um the fat lady on the grand staircase. And it's like, okay, so the painting's on the staircase, and in all of the other films that you see them come in, the fat lady in, the common room is literally right on the other side of the painting. So if it's on the grand staircase, then that means Gryffindor common room's on the grand staircase. And how is that possible? It's not. A few versions of my Deathly Hallows Castle, I had a very, very cramped uh, Gryffindor common room because it had to be. You know, there was just no room in the tower. Uh, until I just decided to say screw it and did a teleport to it, and then I just made it as big as I wanted. But yeah, I mean, there's so many examples of Hogwarts just not making any sense at all. It's like a meme at this point for people who have built the castles. It's just, it doesn't work and it doesn't make sense. And we just have to figure out a way to make it work, which sometimes can be really, really annoying. That's why the corner tower, the quad, is the perfect place for the Gryffindor common room. Yeah, and anytime they do an exterior shot, again, it's funny. I love Prisoner of Azkaban. It's my favorite movie, but the inconsistencies of the Gryffindor common room in that movie is oh so massive. Like they show it. That's the first movie where they show you entering the common room from the grand staircase. But then when they do the pull-out shot when Harry's taking the candy that makes the train noise and the smoke come out of his ears, it zooms out of the window and it's in the Gryffindor Tower, which is impossible. But also at the same time, does it really matter? Like, the only people who are gonna notice is people like us. Well, I just mean for the normal, like, general audience, the people who don't build the castle and don't have to worry about the inconsistencies, simply won't worry about it because it doesn't matter. You know, in some ways, I feel slightly vindicated by where they put Ravenclaw Common Room in this game because way back before I ever put up a version of my map for download, I used to have the Ravenclaw Common Room uh, in that corner tower where it is in the game. I believe, well, I had it in the Watchtower because that's what it's called. Um, and I loved it in there. And the reason I put it in there wasn't because, like, I was, you know, like there was any official uh stuff. I don't know what I'm saying. There was no official like location for that common room. So when I was building the castle, I was like, okay, well then what's the description of the common room? And I believe the description was like it's got a 360-degree view of the night sky. Like that was the big thing that I was like, oh, okay, if it has a 360-degree view of the night sky, then it must go in the watchtower because that's the only tower in the castle that has a 360-degree view of the night sky. But everybody started putting it in the central tower, and I felt dumb for putting it where I put it because that's not where everybody else put it. So I just kind of capitulated and was just like, okay, well, then I guess this is where it goes. And I guess, in a way, in the film version, it does make sense for it to be there. So I'm not like upset that I moved it. It's more so, yeah, the central tower. But yeah, I feel slightly vindicated by that. I mean, because it's where I would personally put it in this game. And I hate this roof because there's no central point. I walked into my uncle's workshop yesterday and found a Deluminator prop and a sword of Gryffindor prop used in the film. I asked for the sword and he gave me the offer of $120 for it. Sweet. Are you gonna buy it? Well, you better get in there. I should recolor this chiseled tuff to the stone brick color I have, because this would be perfect for this sort of detailing down here. That would look sweet if it was just the same color as this. So I think I might do that. Would you be making the other 10 wizarding schools? Hell no. There's no references for them, and I don't want to make stuff up. That's simply what it is. I mean, like, I don't know. I love Hogwarts. Hogwarts is mine, and everything else is just kind of there. I don't feel like I would have even nearly as much passion building like Wagadu or Bowbens as I would Hogwarts. You can see Boban's new Quidditch game. Yeah, but then you'd have to play the new Quidditch game, and I don't want to do that. That game's already on sale everywhere. It's so sad. But I mean, we all knew. We all knew. As I said on the matter months ago when I was streaming before it came out, I just really hope to God that the terrible sales for the Quidditch game don't ruin our chances of getting a new Hogwarts Legacy. I know there was rumors about it following like the main story in the second game, which personally I don't really want. I kind of liked that Legacy was its own thing, and it would kind of bum me out if we were forced to play through the main Harry Potter story again for the 80th time in video game history. What Ilvermorny house am I in? Thunderbird, I think. I mean, not necessarily even DLC. It would just be nice to have another Hogwarts Legacy, but better. Like the foundation that they built for Legacy was already amazing. There's just little things I think could be improved with Legacy, and it would just be the perfect game. I don't think Hogwarts House, Gryffindor, don't want to be. Trying to think of stuff to use in substitutes. 'Cause I feel um like what would I use for this grading? Like I could use like the monster spawner. I could use uh where is it? Where the heck's the copper? There it is. I could retexture one of these. Normal waxed copper, great. Fun your rounds. Hey, take it easy. Thanks for coming to the stream. Yeah, I wish I was a Ravenclaw. I feel like I fit that house a lot more, but I've been sullied. Have I ever mentioned how much I love this add-on? People are telling me it wasn't working, but it definitely is. I feel like this could really work for this. Already putting the new blocks to use, baby. What do we do with the floor? They got sort of like a glossy floor in the middle now. I could use the new white planks. Or just the new stripped pale oak, which actually looks really good. Sort of like a grayer-ish block around the edge. Would this work? Oh, that works perfectly. Sorry, I had a phone call. Um, it seems like I'm gonna have to replace this calcite with maybe diorite or some other stone, because this doesn't look right. That looks much better. This was a bit too bright, which is the problem, because Hogwarts Legacy has its brighter moments, but for the most part, the colors are very muted. And that is something I'm trying to reflect with this resource pack. I feel like I'm trying to overcomplicate this when I don't need to. I think that looks fine. There's a bench, suit of armor, and a little chest. What did I make the benches out of in the main halls? That one's just made out of wood. In a little chest. Boom. Let's see what the other side has. Bench, bench, nothing. Bench. So these are actually the battlements, which for some reason are hidden in this game behind one of those rune doors. I don't know why I said that so stupidly. These are strange arches. what if we did this? Yeah, that's better. Hello. Hey. Hmm. Holds on to beams up on the roof. Yet. Every intersection. Yes, let's go. I do love when things line up the way they're supposed to. Okay, there's no third window on the other side, even though there's room for one. I see. Hate placing chains. Can never do it perfectly. It has to just fuck up. Higher than. It's very dark in here. Alright, just like that, this hallway is all done. Finally a little progress for the first time in a few months. Um, yeah. Thank you guys for coming to the stream. I gotta go find food and do other things. So maybe we'll pick this up again soon, because that was actually quite fun to do. And yeah. Thank you guys.